What if I told you that you could spend your entire life, you work hard, you're chasing experiences, you're collecting beautiful things along the way, materialistic things, and you still end up with absolutely nothing? Let me explain, but before we get into that, good morning, everyone. And thank you so much for joining me here on a brand new episode of Shaar HaBechinah. Now, what if on the day your life is over, you realize that all the things that you work so hard for, they belong to someone else. That someone else is going to take them. And the only thing that you were meant to take with you to Olam Haba, your spiritual accomplishments, you never worked on that. They never got built up. And this is exactly what Chovos HaLevavos warns us about today. There are two types of people. There are those who see the world as a tool to serve Hashem, and then there are those who see the world itself as the goal. The second group, those people who don't see Hashem, Chovos HaLevavos calls them the fool. He misunderstands the ways of the world. He ignores the signs of Hashem's wisdom and treats this world as his permanent home, not as a temporary place. And he pours his energy into things meant to be temporary as if they're eternal. Chovos HaLevavos here in Shaar HaBechinah gives examples. He talks about some interesting stuff. He says, coins are a gift from Hashem, a tool that allows commerce and civilization to thrive. Because before we had coins, we had barter. Now imagine you had to roll up to your friend to buy something with a truckload of potatoes. It's not as easy, right? And so the whole concept of currency made the whole idea of trade, commerce, more accessible. But imagine someone who collects those coins not as a livelihood or for meaningful use to be able to buy food to sustain life, but simply for the sake of loving coins, just to collect money. And it's a total misuse of the gift. The same is true for music. Chovos HaLevavos tells us, Hashem gave us music as a way to serve Hashem, to inspire, to uplift, to bring us to tears of yearning to Hashem. You know, in the times of the Beis HaMikdash was filled with music, filled with song. Yonah HaNavi actually became who he was after he heard the beautiful singing in the Beis HaMikdash, right? And yet, when music is reduced to mindless entertainment, or worse, to vulgar music, it drags us down. Instead of elevating us upwards, it drags us down and makes us feel, horrible in that manner. Chovos HaLevavos goes on to talk about travel and wealth are no different. They're not inherently bad things. In fact, they are good when used properly, when you're traveling and you're enjoying life, right? All these things, they could be used in a positive way. Making money is not a bad thing. Being rich is not a bad thing. As a matter of fact, it's a beautiful thing. But when they're used for tools to grow, right? Music can stir the soul to love Hashem. Traveling can open up your eyes to see what Hashem created, right? And money could be used to build Torah. It could be used to do different mitzvahs, to give tzedakah. But when these gifts that you're given by Hashem are used selfishly or aimlessly, for your pleasure alone, maybe for bragging rights or for chasing distractions, those things itself, those gifts, they become thieves of our most valuable possession. And that possession is our time. And here really is the undeniable truth that every possession that we chase, every treasure that we put away, and every experience in our life that we just go around just boasting about, one day it's going to slip away. The cars, the money, the watches, the recognition, all of it is going to go away. Your materialistic stuff are going to go to someone else. And the only thing that will follow us to Olam Haba are the things that we built for Hashem on this earth for the short time that we are here. So I ask you this, are we living with that awareness? Are we using the gifts of this world that Hashem gave us and He intended for us to use so that we can build our provisions for the next world? Or are we setting up camp in a place that we were never, ever, ever meant to call home for the long term? Thank you, everyone, for joining me here today, and I love you all.